Madalena, King and Queen of the Midrealm, Baron and Baroness under the mountain, held in regency by their loyal subjects Ramon and Zubeida, Baron and Baroness of Andelcrag, on this, the eve of the feast of St. Nicholas, the 5th of December, Anno Societatis 55, in the ethereal realm.
Go ahead.
Thank you and welcome everyone for joining us today. Today is a very special day, for we are able to bring to you today a Regency Court, which has never before been done in our barony. And there is a special reason for this. Your Excellency, would you care to share with the populace what their majesties have gifted us with?
Yes, their majesties spoke to us earlier in the reign, and they wanted to give us the opportunity to give out some kingdom level awards to people in our populace, and it's quite an honor and an expression of their friendship and trust for Her Excellency and myself. And so we're very honored to do that. And because of the virtual nature of courts and the sort of ethereal system that's been happening, we have not actually taken advantage of that because they have been having ethereal courts and doing a lot of things personally. But in this case, we reached out to them and we asked them to allow us to give out an award, and they graciously agreed, happily agreed, and so we are very pleased to be able to do that. So, Your Excellency.
Thank you. So this is the reason why we're recording today, because it is a historical event, and we're very grateful to their majesties for their trust and belief in us as leaders to be able to bestow these gifts to the people of our barony. Good Herald, if you would.
Hear now the words of Felix and Madalena, Rex et Regina Mediterranea. We have seen the good works of our subject Vinca Taviani, including her work on the Newsflash and the Andelcrag Bolt, and her diligent work updating the Middle Wiki, and also for her work to keep us together in spirit while we live the year that never was. We are minded to make unto her an award of the purple fret. We commend her to the people, her barony, and the society.
Good Lady Vinca, would you please show yourself if you can?
She's there.
It's helpful if I have my glasses on. We are so pleased to be able to give you this award. I have bore witness to the work that you have been doing this past several months that has allowed us all to keep in touch with each other and to give us a thread of contact that otherwise we would be sorely missing. In a time when the world is upside down, you have helped us by giving us guidance, information, sharing news, arts, bringing us together in many, many ways.
And motivating us to continue to reach out and to remind us of things. Just so many ways that you've helped us. And I'm also very happy that you joined this meeting early enough that your picture is on the screen so I could see you when this was being announced. So that is just a personal blessing for myself.
I'm so pleased. Thank you so much from our hearts. We know that at a time like this, it's easy for us to become discouraged and find ways to kind of look away and forget about the passion that we've had for all this time. But you're helping to keep those fires lit. And that is a huge, huge thing that we need so desperately in these times. So thank you again.
Given the nature of this, which is different from most courts, if you wanted to say something, you could certainly unmute yourself and say words if you'd like before we move on. And if you don't want to, that's fine too.
I'd just like to say thank you very much, Your Excellencies, and my thanks go to their majesties. I couldn't have done it alone, and I haven't done it alone. We have a very strong support network out there, and I have two wonderful deputies. So it's a group effort, but I do appreciate it, and thank you very kindly.
Our pleasure.
You look lovely, by the way. I love your new garb.
Thank you. It's Cambodian.
I'm excited. I
Beautiful.
can't wait to learn everything that you're doing with that culture. So thank you so much. Good, Harold?
Yasha for Lady Vinka.
Yasha.
Yasha!
Here now closes the court of their majesties, the Regency Court of their majesties Felix and Madalena. Here opens the court of Ramon and Zubeida, Baron and Baroness of Andelcrag. Today, the 5th of December, in the ethereal realm.
I enjoy that so much, the ethereal
The
realm.
ethereal realm. And in this ethereal realm, there is a good gentle who I have known for many years. And every time I encounter this good gentle, I learn more and more about the art and the service that he has done. Whether this be through music or food or fencing or so many activities. He is incredibly talented, but yet often goes unnoticed. Often is behind the scenes doing the work. Often is the one supporting others who may need it. Good mistress, if you would please call into our court Lord Tommaso.
Lord Tommaso Franceschi, please present yourselves to their excellencies, Ramon and Zubeida, if you are here.
He is here.
I'm bowing inside where it counts.
Welcome, Lord Tommaso. We're pleased to see you.
I'd say I'm naked, but I'm not wearing pants. So I guess that's
So it's mostly true. We have actually tried to give you these awards previously, but you evaded our sleuth.
Our webs.
You were sleuthier than we were, and
I'm sneaky.
You are sneaky, and you were not in attendance. So this is the second time we have wanted to be able to award you with this, and we wish to award you with. Actually, we're going to try to catch you up a little bit, because it has been way overdue, and you may know, and good Mistress Estelle is going to be speaking shortly about the awards that we have been working on these past 2 years. The award we wish to bestow upon you, the Award of Diligence and the Award of Inspiration. These are 2 of the 3 new awards that our barony has been working on. The Award of Diligence is for your service, long and hard and often, and we are very grateful for it in so many ways, Lord Tommaso. The Award of Inspiration is for arts, and as I mentioned previously, whether that is in music or food, there are so many ways that you have contributed to our barony that has led us to the conclusion that you should also be recognized as a pillar of our barony, and as such will be made a first pillar of your previous orders. We do have those particular charms coming, and they will be augmentations of the orders that the barony of Andelcrag bestows upon their members.
So thank you very much for all the things that you have done, all the things that you are doing, and all the things that we know you will do in the future to represent the barony and our kingdom, and to help the populace and to help us. So thank you once again.
Thank you, Your
Lord
Excellencies.
Tommaso, huzzah! Shazam!
Huzzah!
Huzzah. Shazam!
Shazam! At this time, we would like good Dame Estelle to call into court our seneschal, please.
I'm sorry. Their Excellencies call into court Ed, right? Baron Ed.
Or someone to accept for him.
I am here, Your Excellencies.
Thank you. Good Seneschal, we know that you have been very active in the barony for many years, and recently we have realized that many of the awards that the barony has have become a little unrecognized, maybe because we have not been reminding our people of what their meaning is. We ask you, if you would, to please, and we'll also ask Dame Estelle to come up and also explain the 3 new awards. Would you please explain to our populace what the award of the butterfly is intended to convey?
I'd be happy to, Your Excellencies. You have to excuse me. I'm going to read some of my notes on this. The award of the butterfly was actually developed during the reign of Baron Thorfinn and Baroness Brigid. Brigid. It was developed in honor of a former member of our barony who has since passed on, Baron Byron de la Farfalla. He was very active in many, many things. The primary things that he was involved in, though, were arts and sciences and service. The award badge consists of 3 butterflies, and those butterflies represent those 3 items that he was best known for. He was a fantastic tailor. He was a very, very lovely brewer. Very good wares. And one of the things he was best known for in the barony was his membership drives. At events and demos, he would always have a table set up with forms that he had printed out of his own cost, envelopes pre-addressed to corporate, fully stamped, ready to go. And he would spend his day talking with people about the society and encouraging them to become a fully paid member of the society to help support it and support what we do. When those people signed up, he would then take those and mail those for them, so they wouldn't even have to worry about going to the post office to get it to the corporate office. The award was originally designed to be given by Their Excellencies to represent people who have excelled in those 3 categories. Kind of like a baronial level grant award that would go along with the Defender of the Tower, which covered the martial activities. Various barons and baronesses have gone somewhat away from that, given it for different reasons over the years. But that was the original intent of it, is to recognize people who have excelled in the arts, the sciences, and service within the barony. So I hope that gives a little bit of insight on the award.
Thank you very much for sharing that history with us. And for everyone else's sake and for posterity's sake, that information will be available on Wiki and will also be added to the Baronial Awards page so that we can continue to build and remind each other of the history that we have. The barony of Andelcrag is the 3rd oldest barony in the Kingdom of the Middle, and we have a great history and great tradition. Your Excellencies before you have chosen to consider the butterfly as an award of going above and beyond. And sometimes that comes early in your career in the SCA, and sometimes it comes late. And in this case, we have 2 candidates who have shown us through their hard work, their diligence, their selfless giving of time and energy, that they are deserving of this award.
Especially under the circumstances that we find ourselves and the way in which they've stepped up to help us during this difficult and challenging time for everyone.
So with that being said, our good Harold, if you would please call into court the 2 candidates that we have named for this award.
Their Excellencies call forth Jesse Voigt and Lily of Lake Milaren.
If you are present and are able to share your video, we would love to see you. If you are present and just wish to verbally acknowledge, please do.
I do see Lily here.
Okay. Excellent. Lily, we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your very early and deep love for the SCA. You and your mom, Jessie Voigt, have come in to our organization not that long ago. And I believe, if my understanding is, Penzic was your first event, last Penzic, and you have jumped in with both feet
There we go.
to help us grow and develop our barony. And in the way, in particular, as Vinka alluded to earlier, you are the two deputies that have stepped up to help produce the news flash, the Andelcrag Bolt, and have been posting on Facebook and helping us to keep in contact with all of our people and share information. And for that, we are very, very, very grateful.
And it's especially important during this time when it's easy to kind of let things slide. And the particular area of doing chronicling and newsletters and so forth was an area that needed some correction and needed us to step up, as a barony. And the two of you helping Vinka to do that was very important during this time, but also just generally for the barony, because it's something that had kind of slid by the wayside, and stepping into that role was very important. So we really want to thank you both for that.
Yes. As a matter of fact, our understanding is that there are people who have signed up for our newsletter who aren't even in our kingdom, who are keeping track of and getting information from us. And that is an enormous boon to our barony. So thank you from our hearts.
So there you go. If you want to say something.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. I just wanted to thank everyone for being so kind here, first of all. And I know that I had such a weird entrance. I mean, my aunt Cynthia, who was like way across the country, just introduced me to the SAA through Penzic, and I wandered into your guys's barony at Penzic, and I was like, who can I talk to? And so you guys were so welcoming and kind and sweet, and I probably would have not even gone into the SAA if I hadn't known that there was already a nice home of where I could already go to and settle in, to be in my own neighborhood, instead of just being like, well, Penzic was nice, but I guess I'll never do it again. So it's really awesome that I get to continue it. And I love working with this barony, and I hope to do way more in the future. So thank you so much. And I wish my mom could be here, but she can't do Zooms easily.
That's
but
okay.
I'll text her and say, yay. So thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome. And I remember the day you wandered into our camp, and it was, I think that you were just like, okay, who can I talk to? What do I got to do around here? How can I get in? And it was so heartwarming, and so exciting. And I'm going to say, you reminded me of myself when I first joined the SCA. I walked into a big demo and just said, well, where do you want to put me? What can I do? Put me to work. And that was a very long time ago, but I see that spark in you, and it's very, it's heartwarming. So thank you so much for being a part of it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And please give your mom our best, and let her
Yes.
know that if she would like to speak with us privately, we would be happy to do so.
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good, Harold?
For Lily and Jessie, Shazam!
Shazam! Thank you so much. At this point, we would like to ask our Herald if she would take a few minutes to help our barony understand the new awards and the structure and how those came about, so that we can help to reinforce and build going forward the culture that we want to instill in the barony of Andelcrag.
I would be happy to.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to share my screen so that we can see some pictures. All right. So I don't know if you were all aware, but every group is supposed to have a populace badge. So we'll just start here. This is our newly registered populist badge. It looks just like our baronial arms, except for that there's no wreath. And any member of the barony is allowed to bear this on their person or their items. Just remember that you yourself, if you're not the baron or baroness, cannot have the wreath on the badge. But any person who wishes to identify as a member of Andelcrag or a friend of Andelcrag is allowed to bear this populist badge.
If I may add, Your Excellency, if they are a champion, they are allowed to have the wreath.
I stand corrected. Thank you. We've done some work in consolidating and redesigning our orders and awards slightly. We are currently working on registering badges for our new awards, but we've taken the time to also redesign our orders slightly so that they are visually consistent. And this is our new badge for the award or for the Order of the Guarded Ram. As you can see, it's pretty much like our old one, except that it has the embattled golden border around it. The Order of the Guarded Ram is given for service to our barony. Did you want to add anything else, Your Excellency?
No, thank you very much. You're doing an excellent job.
This is our award, our Order of the Salient Heart, which is given for excellence in the arts. And as before, we just had a fieldless blue stag, but now we've redesigned it to be more visually consistent with the rest, putting it on our black and white field with the embattled golden border. And this leads itself to a handy mnemonic: orders have borders. So.
Yes, and I'd like to speak just for a moment, because a couple of times you've corrected yourself, because you start out saying it's an award and then realize it's an order and correct it. And that is part and parcel of the changes that you've been helping us with, because we want to delineate a little bit and reinforce that we have orders and then we also have awards. And we've had, within the barony, we have a number of orders which we've determined can be given out more than once, but we also have instituted our new awards to provide for giving that award out to people when they deserve it. So it's.
That's right. Yes, heraldically, orders and awards are pretty much close to identical, but tradition tells us that awards are given more than once, and orders generally you're in and then you're in. However, orders can be given more than once as well, society-wide. But for us, orders have borders. Our next badge, we're going to talk about the awards a little bit. And these are our new awards that we instituted, 2 years ago now. And in collaboration with the premiers of the award, the premier recipients of the awards, we've come up with some charges that we'll be using to display these badges. Now, these badges aren't registered yet, but so I didn't want to just give you a whole picture. But this is the sieve, which is going to be part of the badge for the Award of Diligence, and the Award of Diligence will be given for service. The premier of this award, premier recipient of this award, was Softy Stufferogan, who is renowned in our barony for her service, and she chose the sieve because it is a symbol of separating wheat from chaff, and for those little jobs that no one ever thinks need to be done, but they just need to be done and get done by someone. So that is why she chose the sieve. The next award is the Award of Glory of Andelcrag, and the premier recipient of that award was Spencer Alwyn, who we know as Theobald or Thelvald, and he chose the four-pointed star in part because stars are indicative of glory, and this is given for martial prowess and martial acts. and also because the four-pointed star has personal significance to him. The last award that we have is the Award of Inspiration. And the Award of Inspiration, the premier recipient was Kathleen Crow. And so she chose a crow because crows are often used in mythology to indicate insight or clarity or inspiration. And so we have a black raven, or a black crow in this case, in honor of Kathleen Crow.
Thank you. And this process that Mistress Estelle has been working on for 2 years now has required many hours of designing, of discussing characteristics, of working with both your excellencies and the recipients, the premier recipients, to come up with something that reflected them and the barony. So we want to put out there how grateful we are to Dame Estelle, and we have recognized her with her own award of diligence and inspiration. But we're extremely grateful because this allows us to have a set of awards that we can continue to give to the people of our barony. One thing we did do, because we want to continue to recognize the people who have earned the orders, is you may have noticed that I referred to something called a pillar. And these pillars are really recognizing individuals who continue to uphold the barony, who continue to support the barony, who continue to have a platform that the rest of our work stands upon. And when you stand upon the shoulders of your predecessors, you're elevated. And so the meaning of the pillar is really all of those things. And that augmentation of the orders is important to us to be able to give to people who we have recognized them again and again with the orders in the past. So we hope that this helps you to understand what our award system looks like. If you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. And we would also like to encourage you to submit for people who you see in the barony who are deserving of these awards. We can only be in certain places at certain times, and we cannot see everything, although my children are still convinced I have eyes in the back of my head. But that being said, you know that you are our eyes in the back of our heads when we're not there. So please share with us those who you see are in need of recognition. And we want to celebrate that. So thank you very much. I did want to touch base at this point with the fact that any children who attend our court or who participate in SCA activities will be given a charm to keep and to add to every time that they do those things. So at the last court we held, there were 4 children who were present, and all 4 of them received a charm from us and a letter that we sent to them personally that was handwritten, and it was intended just for them. Do we have any children who are attending court today?
We do. Matt's here.
Wonderful.
Hey.
Yay! I am so glad to see you. That is excellent. So what I would like for all the moms and dads and guardians is to send us your address, and we will be sending your special young person a charm that they can keep and add to. They can put it on anything they like. They can make a necklace of it or a bracelet, or they can sew it to a baldric. It doesn't matter to us. We just want to give them recognition for having come and attended and spent the time with us.
So thank you for being with us.
Miss Margot is here as well.
Hooray!
Hi, Miss Margot.
Hey. Oh.
Do you have your charm from the last time?
I don't remember.
You don't remember. Okay. That's all right. We'll make sure that
I'm sure
you
it's
do.
somewhere.
Yep. Well, you'll be getting another one.
All right. Any other children?
So D3 wanted to participate, but he also did not want to put pants on. So he's in the other room.
Well, is he participating in spirit?
Yeah, well, we've done some ANS stuff, and yeah, he
Okay.
said he wanted to say hi to everybody. So
Well, then
All right.
he is absolutely deserving. And, you know, I get not wanting to put pants on. It gets tough after a while, having to have that confinement. So let him know that we will be sending him a charm as well.
I will. He'd be excited to know about that. But I asked him
Excellent.
like, hey buddy, do you wanna do court? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, you gotta put pants on. Oh, never mind.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, I understand. Well, thank you very much.
Come on, next time just tell him, put on a kill, a skirt, it's all good.
There you go.
It's fair.
He's got a shirt on that's like a big oversized shirt, but it's just little scrawny legs hanging out underneath it. So
What's the difference between that and a dress?
nothing.
Nothing really. Exactly.
Sorry.
Enough
Gotta
said.
support the kid.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yep. Well, thank you very much, everyone. And at this point, we would like to close our court. Your Excellency, if you would do so for us.
Actually, Your Excellency, I have several other order items on our list. I know that you wanted to talk about the BOD's announcement.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah, we had things. we
I'm
had to talk
sorry.
about.
I misunderstood. I thought we were going to close our court and then do those
Yeah,
things.
we'll
but-
talk about those. in a
Okay.
bit.
All right. So, Your Excellency, would you start with that order of business, please?
About the board of directors.
Yes.
What many of you know and many of you may not know is that the board of directors has released a letter from their meeting a couple of days ago. You are aware that they had prohibited any SCA events from taking place through the end of January. They have now extended that through the end of May. So we will be ethereal until then, unless circumstances change it and they modify that. But right now, the information that they've released and what our planning will be based upon is that there will be no in-person activities until the end of May of 2021. So we just wanted to let everyone know about that. It's kind of making its way through the various channels currently. So that's the situation as it stands right now.
So that being said, in-person activities may not be happening. However,
we are going to be doing a bunch of non-in-person activities.
that's right. So the Barony of Andelcrag now has its own Zoom account, which some of you may have known about. And we plan to use it and use it frequently. We would like to start up the activities, the Arts and Andelcrag activities that we had discussed earlier this year. I apologize. I had really hoped to have it up and running by October, and life just got in the way. It just became more than I could do at that time. So we still have all of basically the outline of it in place. We have the ideas in place. We have people who are ready to start teaching. The whole concept of this is that going forward, we would like to create a couple of things. One are gifts of largesse that will be given, and we've chosen a number of 50. We would like to have 50 of these. And one of the ideas that this came from was earlier this year, we had an arts night, and we were decorating cigar boxes. So here's a cigar box that started out looking something like this one, where we took all the labels off and then we painted it and decorated it, and several people participated in that. We have a company that is willing to donate boxes to us. So we would like to do that again. And then what we would like to do is put small items in those boxes to be able to give to guests, to people we want to honor and recognize and befriend.
And whoever else needs it.
And whoever else needs it. I mean, it may end up being, someone you want to, it wouldn't be people within our barony, it'd be people outside of our barony that we want to develop relationships with. So there's that aspect of it, but also that individual artists would be able to use that opportunity as a time to teach a skill or something that they do themselves. It might be an item that they're deciding that's what they're going to do for their 50. It may be that it's a particular technique like silk painting that maybe people could take up and do themselves. So there's a lot of excitement, and we want to be able to share that with all of you. And we will be having regular Wednesday evening classes basically on
Starting in January.
starting in January. We're going to start in January. And so we have something to focus on, to keep us all together and give us something positive to work towards.
We'll be sending out more information, over the next several weeks as we lead up to it, just to communicate and answer questions, and, we'll do a little bit more planning. But we just wanted to kind of make you aware that we were going to start that up again in January after the holidays, and we'll be in communication about that stuff over the next days and weeks.
Right. And just to give you maybe something you could use as an example, next Wednesday, I'm going to be teaching a class on a virtual cookie exchange on Wednesday. The Barony of Red Spears is sponsoring an evening, actually several evenings leading up to their wassail, where I am one of the people who will be teaching a class, and I'm going to be doing an Ottoman chicken cookie, which is what I've been promoting, and also a stuffed, medjool date stuffed cookie as well.
So you heard her correctly. She said it was a chicken cookie. It is, in fact, a chicken cookie. I've had some.
They're not done yet. Do not give your.
It's interesting. It tastes
good.
good.
No.
It tastes good.
That was the first run on a 800-year-old recipe that's never been recreated before. So you got to cut me some slack until I get it right.
It tastes good, so it's a start.
So we hope you will all join us for that and in the future as well. That being said, we would like to touch base on two more things. Actually, there's only one on our agenda, but there's one that we forgot to talk about, which is we would like to plan an evening. We'd like to plan a wassail. Either, I don't know if December is the right month, but I think January is appropriate for that. In the deepest, darkest parts of January. Lord Rucker, who is here today, he and I have done wassail with the roasted apples and ale and sang the song, and he played it. So I'm going to ask him, I'm going to tap him and see if we can get him to share that music and maybe even come out and play for us. Am I getting a big yes?
Yep, he's giving you the
okay, excellent. Thank you. Sorry,
symbols.
No, my glasses aren't on, so I see the screen.
She could see about a 1-inch square image of you. So.
Exactly. And then the next thing, the next order of business that we wanted to talk about is the card exchange. So I don't remember how this got started, but I think I saw
during the meeting we were talking about it.
Yeah, we were talking about
ways to keep in touch and to reach out and to build more of that fellowship and communication. So we agreed that a card exchange would be a great idea. So
I saw Colette, Baroness Colette's post about her mantle being bare, that she didn't have any Christmas cards on it. And that really made me start to think about what a personal way to connect with someone, to send them a card that you've handwritten, or maybe you typed it up. That really doesn't matter. But the fact that you sent an individual card to someone to communicate with them, I thought was a really great idea. So this is where it came in. And I know we were trying to develop a contact list for people who were willing to be a part of it. So that spreadsheet or Google Doc, I think is what it is, has been shared numerous times on the
Lucretia is taking care of that?
No, it's Estelle. It's Estelle. Okay. And so please, if you would like to receive or send a card to another person, please join that list and give us your address. That will be shared, I believe, Monday. Am I correct, Your Excellency?
I was trying to share a picture of it here, but my browser won't let me share a picture of the Google Doc. Yeah, actually, I will be sending out the list of emails or the list of addresses to the emails that were given tomorrow. So if you would like to be part of the card exchange, you should make sure that you sign up today by midnight at the latest, so that I can download the file and format it correctly and send it out in email form tomorrow.
Right. And even if you don't happen to get on it, right away, I'm sure we could find a way to
We'll
add
figure
you.
out a way.
We'll
If
figure
there's
out a way.
delay and someone wants to come in later, or who's not here and hears about it, we'll figure that out. But
Yep.
ideally, try to get in today to make it easier, and then we'll do cleanup after.
Exactly. Yeah, we would love to be able to reach out to all of you and just send you our best wishes. So please sign up.
Did you have anything else?
I don't.
I think that's it then. Do we want to stay in state for a while? Yes, go ahead.
I was listening to Estelle.
I will be more than happy to close your court if that's your wish.
Please do.
Here ends the baronial court of Ramon and Zubeida on this, the eve of the feast of St. Nicholas, the 5th of December, Anno Societatis 55, in the ethereal realm.